Agriculture can be defined as the art, science, and business of cultivating crops and livestock for economic purposes. At certain stages of human development, agriculture used to be the only known means of living. In Nigeria, it was indeed the economic mainstay until the discovery of oil in commercial quantity. In this special package, Clearview takes a look at the agricultural revolution sweeping through the north-central state of Kogi.
Out of all the 36 states of Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, Kogi State government, through our research, has left no stone unturned in revolutionizing agriculture. Years back, no one believed that Kogi State can assume the present magnitude of agricultural boom. Kingsley Femi Fanwo is the Director General Media to the Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Bello. He confirms the agricultural revolution sweeping through the state.
Kogi State has declared a state of emergency in the agricultural sector. And with that, we have been able to spark a lot of revolution in agriculture. The Omi Kampi Dam had been in existence for more than 20 years, but when he came into office, he entered into an agreement with the Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority to be able to put that facility into use. And today, you have over 1,000 farmers on the project doing either aqua farming or rice farming and all sorts of agricultural practices there.
On inception, we gather that the governor went around the state on an agric tour because of his belief that it is one of the most important sectors which can provide food for his people and at the same time lead to gainful employment and business.
He went around the state and discovered the opportunities that we have in agriculture. And right from that time, he decided to invest heavily into the agricultural sector to be able to diversify the economy, employ more young Kogites, and be able to drive the economy of the Kogi State on the platform of agriculture.
Then the big question: how do you make agriculture attractive to youths who may not want to align with the usual hoes and cutlasses? This question is being asked because apart from providing food on the table or creating a business platform, it has the potential of stemming the tide of youth restiveness which is sweeping across the nation.
The problem with agriculture in the past was the subsistence nature. It was not attracting the youthful population in our state. Because when you are depending on hoes and cutlasses, then you will attract only the old people. The productivity level will be very low. But today, we have been able to mechanize agriculture in Kogi State. When we were telling the world that Kogi is fast becoming the hub of agriculture in Nigeria, they said we were doing propaganda. But we started harvesting from our greenhouse in Osara, Kogi State. And before now, Osara used to be one of the hotbeds of kidnapping and other violent crimes in the state. But today, the narrative has changed from kidnapping to becoming the greenhouse of Kogi State. So we've started harvesting a lot of vegetables from our greenhouse, and some of the harvested vegetables have been taken to all other parts of the state and to the northern parts of Nigeria, to Lagos and everywhere. So that is the intent of this administration. Also, we have witnessed a lot of harvesting in Omi Dam. Rice, a lot of rice have been harvested.
Has it therefore been easy getting the youth enlisted in the agricultural revolution? Youths that have been used to cheap money through thuggery and collecting salary in about 2 or 3 places of work, which was the order of the day before Yahaya Bello became the chief executive.
As I speak to you, I know that more than 50,000 youths have been empowered to practice mechanized agriculture in Kogi State. What we did was to first bring them. We did a lot of agricultural training for them. Some of them were even sent outside the state to undertake training in poultry farming, in rice farming, in greenhouse management, and all of that. So after the training, we brought them back, and we were able to key into a lot of federal government policies, including the Anchor Borrowers Program, the Fadama program, and all of that, to empower them. The state was always prompt in paying counterpart funds, especially when it affects agriculture, to be able to ensure that we have hundreds of thousands of our youth venturing into productive agriculture.
Agriculture observers say that with the success story of this agricultural boom, which stemmed from the Kogi government revolution, the problem of storage may be staring the government in the face. But feelers from the Yaya Bello administration say the issue of storage has been well taken care of in the blueprint of the revolution since its inception.
On the APC crisis, the internal crisis rocking the All Progressives Congress, APC in Ondo State, may have taken a new dimension as the two factions within the party have renewed their hostility. The faction loyal to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu claimed that Akeredolu remained the leader of the party in the state, while the other faction led by Senator Ajayi Boroface claimed that Akeredolu could no longer lead the party, having been allegedly suspended by the National Working Committee for alleged anti-party activities. This is even as some factional leaders of the party have continued to trade words over the suspension of the governor from the party. A factional leader of the APC and former commissioner for regional integration in Osun State, Mr. Bola Ilori, accused Governor Akeredolu of being the brain behind the crisis in the party. Ilori said the suspension of Akeredolu was occasioned by pride, adding that he was the architect of his own misfortune, having allegedly contributed to the abysmal performance of the party in the last presidential and National Assembly elections in the state. The Akeredolu faction of the party, led by Mr. Ade Adetime, meets at the state secretariat of the party along Oyemekun Road, while the Boroface faction meets at the residence of former deputy governor of the state, Ali Olanusi. It was gathered that the two factions meet regularly at their various meeting centers, and the meetings were not unconnected with the 2020 governorship election. But the party's director of media and strategy, Mr. Steve Otaloro, said the Adetime-led faction of the party was the only recognized faction, saying the Supreme Court had finally ruled over the matter. Also, the senior special assistant to the governor on special duties and strategy, Dr. Doyin Odeboale, said the crisis in the party was occasioned by the ambition of some members to succeed Akeredolu. He blamed those planning to contest the 2020 governorship election on the platform of the party for being responsible for the crisis. Also, Governor Akeredolu, it was gathered, has been lobbying the powers that be within the party for the lifting of his suspension. The governor, who recently claimed not to be formally aware of his suspension from the party, had visited some key stakeholders at the party's national secretariat in Abuja over his suspension.